Hello and welcome to this LinkedIn Live. This is Camera Confidence 101, expert tips for online coaches. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I know how difficult it is to get 45 minutes in anyone's schedule these days, so I really appreciate it. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me very shortly, but before that, I'm going to dive straight in and I want to bust some myths about video that you might be thinking. So myth number one is that making more videos is the answer to getting confident on camera. That is simply not true. I do not believe that for a second. And at no point in the next 45 minutes will you hear me say to you that you've got to make more videos to get confident. Because if you can't make video number one, trust me, you are never going to get to video number 30. So let's get rid of that. That is a myth. Myth number two is that producing worthwhile videos takes up a lot of time. Again, I do not believe that for a second. You're probably very familiar with creating blog content or with creating quite long LinkedIn posts. I bet that you can create a video just as quickly that gives value to your customers and to your clients. So producing worthwhile video takes up a lot of time is a myth. Let's get rid of that. And myth number three is that video is only for big brands to use. Again, it is not true. So the smaller that you are or the more independent that you are, the more important video is that you use and that you utilize. As we all know, people buy from people. So the smaller that you are, the bigger chance that you have that you need to jump on video and that you need to sell your products and your services through video. Now, I want the next 45 minutes to be fun. I want it to be interactive. I've not got one PowerPoint in sight, which hopefully you will be glad to hear, because I certainly am. But what that means is I need you to be interactive. I need you to comment. I need you to get in touch with me. So if you are watching on LinkedIn, I want you to comment right now where you are watching from. So I know from the registrations that a lot of people are either watching from the UK or from the US, but whereabouts in those two places are you watching from? Comment now if you are watching live and let me know whereabouts you are watching from, because all I know is there's a lot of people from the UK and there's a lot of people from the US, but give me a little bit more of a guide of where you are watching from. So Marnie is watching from rainy Finsbury Park. In Manchester, it is very hot. It is very sunny in Manchester, which normally doesn't happen. Keely is watching from Oregon. Keely, I spent quite a while in Oregon a couple of years ago. So yeah, thank you for joining us. It's quite early for you there. Lisa, you've managed to join us live. I know you were wondering that you might have to catch up on replay, but I'm so happy to see that you've managed to catch the live. Matt is watching us from Southeast London. We've got someone from California, and we've also got someone from Texas. There's another couple coming through as well. So hopefully I will get to everyone else's comments very shortly. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So who am I? Why have I got the pedigree to sit here and tell you about video? So I am a video coach and TV producer. I've been working behind the scenes in TV since I was 17. I'm now 38. I won't make you do the math. It is 21 years. So I have lived and breathed video content professionally since I was 17. Now, if you're familiar with UK TV, some of the credits that I've got, so for BBC, I've most recently done Morning Live, which is the most watched live daytime show in the UK. I've also done You Are What You Wear, which is a primetime makeover show, and that legendary show, Rip Off Britain, where we go after the scammers and we get people their money back. My other biggest client is ITV, which is the biggest commercial broadcaster in the UK. And some of the credits that I've got for them includes Queen Elizabeth's second official obit, the Tonight programme, which used to be Tonight with Trevor McDonald, which you might be familiar with, and £1 Million Pawn, which was a documentary series for them. So that's just some of the recent credits that I've got. I'm always very careful how I say £1 Million Pawn whenever I talk about that one. So that's what I've been doing TV-wise. But in terms of video coaching, I've been helping small businesses with their video content since 2021, and it's been on quite a small scale. I've not promoted what I've done. Essentially what happened was some of my friends came to me and said, our business has moved online after 2020. We don't know what we're doing. Have you got any help and advice? They then told their friends, they came to me, friends of friends then told their friends, and it kind of grew. But I've not done any promotion up until this year. Now, I do practice what I preach because my online videos as well do quite well. So across multiple platforms, whenever I'm putting a lot of effort into my video content and I'm uploading sort of on a regular basis, my videos will get about 1 million across all of the platforms in 30 days. Now, at the moment, I'm not uploading a great deal. I'm concentrating quite a lot on LinkedIn, but nothing else at the minute. And they're getting about 150,000 views in 30 days. That is without me doing anything on those channels at the minute. So that shows that once you upload video, it sits there, people still watch it, it will still work for your business, even whenever you're putting your attention elsewhere. So in the next 45 minutes, what will I be covering? So why video is important to your business. There is no point for me to sit here and tell you how to create videos, what you should be doing, how you can get more confident on camera, if we don't explore why video is important to your business in the first place. I will then be giving you those 5 hacks and how to get confident on camera. And at the end, we will be doing some questions. So as I go through the hacks, if you've got any questions, send them through as they come to you. They'll pop up on my screen. I will see them. I've got a structure for today, which I'll stick to, but because this is live, I can tweak what I'm telling you as we go along. So I will do the questions in bulk at the end, but it will help me tweak the content as we go along if you send your questions as you think of them. So let's dive straight in. Why is video important to your business? It might seem like a very obvious question that's got an obvious answer. I'm about to hit you with a stat. You can spot a TV producer if they like a stat. 83% of marketers say video helps with lead generation. Most of us on this call will be quite small kind of coaches that have got a small team around us. You might even be doing it on your own. You live, you breathe, you die by your lead generation. 83% of professional marketers who work with copywriters, who work with still images, they are quite happy to say that 83% of those marketers will say that video helps with lead generation. If you think that is impressive, 84% of customers have been convinced to buy a product or a service after watching a video. So think about that. 84% of customers have been convinced to buy a product or a service after watching a video. That is a phenomenal figure. And if you think about your own buying journey for any product or any service, you will probably start seeing images appearing into your social feeds that you don't really pay attention to, but they subconsciously start going in. You will then probably start reading some of the copy around that brand or that service or that product, what they're offering. Most likely around touch point, kind of, if we think of it in that aspect, around kind of touch point 5, somebody will probably invest a little bit of time in your video. They will give you a little bit more of their time. It is normally one of the last things that people look at before they decide whether or not they are going to make a purchase with something, is they will watch a video, and it is during that point that they will decide, is this brand, is this product for me? So 84% of customers have been convinced to buy because of a video. Huge. Now, I've already busted 3 myths. I'm going to go in for another one. Video is not only there to sell your product or your service. If you are thinking that everything you upload needs to be an advert for what you do, that is so wrong. That is so outdated. That is not true. Get rid of that mindset right now. There are so many exciting, fun things you can do with video. This is not an extensive list. This is 3 things that is not selling that work really well online. You can engage with your current clients. So think about the number of people that you work with on a daily basis. You cannot phone them all up and have a chat every single day. What you can do is create videos that make it feel to them like that is exactly what you're doing. You can share your services with new clients. So it is a great way to get new people interested in what you're doing. You can also strengthen your brand's image. So everything that you decide to put out about your brand, about your business, about your coaching business is helping strengthen what you do. There is nothing that will do it better, and there is nothing that will do it quicker than video, because it is so personal. But there is one thing that you need to make all of that happen, and that is confidence. And that is why we're all here today, to look at how to get confident on camera. Because if you are not confident on camera, there is no point trying to make videos. There is no point uploading, because it's just going to be a waste of your time. Now, in the past couple of weeks, I've spoken to quite a lot of people who have either tried video before or are thinking about trying video. There's 2 main pain points that people have talked about. Pain point number 1 is that they don't feel confident in the practicalities of filming, editing, and uploading. So that is where they don't feel like they've got the skills to actually sit down, film a video, edit it together, and upload it. They don't understand it. And that's fine. No one is there to judge. That is something that has become more popular in the last 5 years. It is going to start getting more popular, but we're allowed to say we don't know how to do it. The second pain point a lot of people is highlighting to me is they don't feel confident about posting online videos for others to see. So they might have the skills to do it, but they fall at the last hurdle. They're about to upload a video and they actually think, I don't want to do this. People might see it. I might get embarrassed by it. Those are the 2 main issues that people have been telling me that they have been suffering when it comes to doing videos. And that is exactly what we are here to sort out today. So I'm about to jump into my 5 hacks. But before I do that, you don't have to manually scribble down notes. If you go to my LinkedIn page, you can download the worksheet for today for absolutely free. It is right at the very top of my page. It says try my free download. Or if you scroll down to the feature section, it's the only thing in the feature section right now. You can download the worksheet for this live from there. So don't feel like you've got to make loads of notes. So hack number 1, accept that things will change. Now, this is not me saying the more that you film, the more that you will get used to it. But what I want you to think about is, just because you don't enjoy filming today, or just because it's a little bit of a struggle today, it doesn't mean that is going to be the case in 6 weeks. It doesn't mean it will be the case in 3 months. Things change. Think about when we were all working in an office environment and we had day 1 of a new job. We all felt a little bit nervous. We all had butterflies in our stomach. We all walked past reception. We all kind of had that moment of the lifts opening where we were kind of like, right, brave face, let's do this. Think about by day 5. You walked in through reception, you said hello to the receptionist, you got into the lift quite confident, you got out, you went to your desk, you put your belongings down, you went into the kitchen, you got a mug out, you made a tea or a coffee, you got on with your day because things changed. So when it comes to filming, things can change as well. And I've got a pro tip for you. So I like targets. I like something to work towards. That is how I perform my best. And here is a tip for how you can start working towards something when it comes to video. Get someone you respect to describe you in 5 words. So that is somebody who knows you individually in the real world. Get them to describe you in 5 words. Then show them a video in which you are speaking. Get them to describe you on video in 5 words and compare what they say. In an ideal world, what we want is for them to use the same 5 words for you in real life and for you on video, or at least they should be very similar. If that is not the case, if they are saying that you are very outgoing in real life, but you're a little bit shy and timid on video, we need to work on that. If it's flipped, where you're really shy and timid in real life, but you're coming across as a little bit too much in video, we need to work on that. I think within 3 months, if we were to do this, if we were to concentrate on your video content and how you're coming across, in 3 months, if you repeated this exercise, the goal that we're working towards is for people to use the same words for you in real life as they are for you on video. So that is a nice little tip, and that will give you a goal and a target to work towards. Hack number 2. Most of us, when we are about to film something, will get a spike of adrenaline. Most of us don't like that spike in adrenaline. We see it as something that relates to a situation that is uncomfortable. What we actually need to start thinking about is that is our body giving you a biological response. And what that is doing is giving you more resources to actually perform better. So because you get that spike of adrenaline, your heart starts pumping a little bit, your stomach starts churning. That is not a bad feeling. That is actually your body giving you more resources to be better. And that's how you need to look at it. But you need to get used to that feeling, because it's quite abnormal for most of us to feel like that in a normal everyday life. So pro tip is get used to those emotions and induce them on purpose in other aspects of your life. So if you like theme parks, go to a theme park, get in every single roller coaster, but don't think about the noise that's around you. Don't think about the distractions that's around you. Think about how you feel when that roller coaster is about to set off on that track and you don't have any control. Think about how the pit of your stomach feels. Think about how clammy your hands feel. Think about how fast your heart is beating. Because next time you start experiencing that whenever you're about to film something, you will start going, well, the last time I did this, it was actually fun in the end, so it's not as bad as what I think. If you enjoy horror movies, sit in, have a scary movie night, close the curtains, turn off the light, and just watch a scary movie, but think about how you are feeling. Think about the tension, think about the apprehension, think about actually how much you're secretly enjoying it. Because next time you go to film and you experience the same feelings, it won't feel as bad. So trust me, that works. Now, I want to know, what activity can you do to feel these emotions? So in the comments, let me know what activity you could do to feel these emotions. It could be that you go horse riding. And if that's true, think about how you felt the first time that you went horse riding, maybe 20 or 30 years ago. I bet you were petrified, but now you actually enjoy it. So think about that. But in the comments, let me know, what activity could you do to purposely induce those emotions that you get whenever you are about to go on camera. So Sharon is saying you must get those butterflies flying the same direction. I'll tell you what, I certainly had those butterflies before this live, Sharon. Trust me, before anyone does it, we always get that spike, and it is a good spike to have. It is not a negative. It is very much something that is positive. So Sharon says driving fast. That's it. You don't even have to get into a car, Sharon. If you love video games, think about fast-moving video games that you've got. Sit at home, play that, but don't concentrate on the game. Think about how you feel. So Sharon, next time that you were driving fast, but legally, just think about how you were feeling, because it's probably going to be similar to what it's like to getting on camera. Lisa is saying skiing. So if you've got an indoor center near you, Lisa, go. And if that's something that gives you a spike of adrenaline that's slightly terrifying, go and do it, because next time you are filming and you get the same thing, it won't feel as abnormal. Marnie is saying that you're learning to drive. First time you got in, it was awful. Now you can drive, you listen to the radio, you chat to your passengers all the time. That is such a good example, and you're absolutely right. For anyone who has ever learned to drive, think about how hideous it was and the first time you went on a motorway. How horrible was that? And now we all do it, and we don't even really think about it. Matt is saying having a tattoo. I am not going to tell anyone to purposely go and get a tattoo, but it's exactly right. The first time you get a tattoo, you're terrified. The more you do it, the less terrifying it is. So just go, get used to those emotions. Right, let's move on to the next tip. So celebrate your mistakes and learn from them. So I absolutely am about to give you a little bit of a TV insider secret with this. I have done both live television and I've done pre-recorded television. When we are pre-recording a TV show, anytime a presenter is speaking to the camera and it's pre-recorded, the average number of takes it takes for them to get it right is 3. So nobody is a one-take wonder. The first time they do it, they will probably get the words wrong. It won't be quite what the script was. It won't be quite what they were meant to say. The second time, they will normally get their words right, but it won't include any emotion. So they'll get it, but it'll sound a little bit wooden. The third time they do it, those two things will normally come together. And the third take is normally the one that we use. So do not put pressure on yourself if you are taking more than one take in your video content. That is perfectly normal. 3 takes with a professional presenter is a good day. Sometimes it takes 5. So don't be too harsh on yourself if it is taking more than 1 take to get your content, because that is just part of the process. Pro tip number 3. Viewers love it when things go wrong. Think about the number of blooper shows that there have been on TV that are ran for years. That is because viewers love to see things go wrong. So if something goes wrong while you're filming, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't stop and think, oh, I'm never going to do it again because something went wrong, because I spilled my tea, because the cat came in and jumped on me. Use it. It's probably content. You can probably upload that. Whatever's gone wrong, you can upload that to your profiles and it will perform really well. So think of things going wrong as just added content. Right, hack number 4 is wear bright colors to look in control on camera. This is an age-old trick that presenters have been doing in TV for years. Most people that you see on screen, unless they are covering a very somber news story, for example, they will wear a bright block color. The reason for that is because it makes the viewer have the assumption that you are in control, because nobody wears a bright block color unless they want people to look at them, unless they are a confident individual. So you can make people think straight away that you are a confident individual by wearing a bright, bold block color. It works really well on screen. Trust me, it is tried and tested. The problem with that, however, is most of us don't like wearing bright, bold block colors, and it probably makes us feel quite insecure. A lot of us wear darker colors. So there's a tip for that. What I want you to do is choose the brightest item of clothing that you own, put it on and go to the supermarket. Because what you want to do is you want to induce those feelings that you think everyone is looking at you and you want to get used to it. So I'm not talking about getting dressed up. I'm not talking about it being uber glamorous. I'm not talking about 3-piece suits. But the brightest item of clothing that you own is probably the one item of clothing that you maybe avoid wearing quite a lot. Put it on and go somewhere perfectly normal, like the supermarket. You will think that people are staring at you. You will walk in, the first 10 or 15 minutes will be very uncomfortable. By the end, you won't even be thinking about it. So you need to get used to wearing colourful clothes and not just dark and grey, which is what I tend to wear on my normal everyday life. Right, I'm speeding through this because honestly, I know that people are sort of time is against us at every aspect of life. Hack 5. Learn how to film the best videos possible. So this is going back to pain point number 1 for most people, where they don't feel confident and they don't feel like they've got the skills to film good footage. And what you end up with is when you then try to film something, you're concentrating quite heavily on, am I actually filming this correctly? What you then do is you overlook the content, and at some point you will start questioning the content. And it's normally when those two things come together, you think, I'm either not doing this anymore or I'm not uploading this video. So if you actually own the fact that we might need to get better at filming, put some time and effort into learning those skills, those practical skills, then you know what you're doing is correct. You know that your phone or your laptop is picking up audio. You don't have to worry about that. You know you're getting the best shots. You don't have to worry about that. So you start concentrating on your content. And once you get confident with your content, you can then be confident on camera. So just give a little bit of time to get to know how to use your mobile phone, how to utilize the camera on your laptop if that's how you tend to film. But in order to do that and to get the most from it, you need to optimize the settings on your device for the best footage. So the default settings on either your phone or on your laptop probably will not be the best option for you. It is most likely to be an option for reducing the amount of memory that it takes up. So you need to go into those settings, you need to get familiar with them, you need to do some research around what is best for you, and you need to make tweaks. If you are then using up more storage in your devices, that's fine, because every week just have a clear out, just get rid of them. But go into your settings, get used to what's in there. Now, that is where I could spend an entire webinar talking about settings. It's different from one device to the next. If you want to chat through the best settings that you can have on your iPhone or your Samsung or whatever, get in touch with me. Go on theonlinemediacoach.com and book a free consultation call. It is not a sales call. I am not there to try and sign you up to anything. I am offering free 30 minutes of my time. Let's talk about what your problems are. Let's talk about those settings. Let's get them worked out. I've put as many slots into my diary online as I possibly can this week. I've put as many into tomorrow on Wednesday as I can. I think there's one on Thursday. I think there's one on Friday. But go there, book a free 30-minute call. Let's catch up. Let's start sorting out your problems. But trust me, it is not a sales call. So I have sped through that. And now is the time to send any other questions that you've got. And let me have a little look to see if you've been sending any whilst I was chatting. Public speaking live on stage. It's a recording and video part as well, that no audience, that makes me less natural to you. Yeah, this is something that a lot of, I think I was chatting to somebody last week. I think it was actually Lisa, who may still be on this live. The problem with when you're speaking to camera is you don't get any immediate feedback. So When you are chatting to a human and it's in real life, or you're chatting to an audience, you can gauge the reaction from people. You can see how they're reacting to you in real time. You can then change what you're saying, or you can adapt what you're saying. You can mold yourself into what's working and what's not. The problem with video is you don't get that immediate feedback. And when you don't get that immediate feedback, it feels very isolating. And that's where it's really important to actually watch your stuff back, because all too often people kind of say, oh, I filmed stuff, I've uploaded it, but I don't really want to watch it. The first thing you should absolutely do is watch it, because it's at that point where you then start witnessing it as a viewer. So yeah, I'm not surprised. As public speaking, for some people, they find it so much easier because you're getting that feedback from the audience, whereas on camera, you're absolutely not getting that. You are on your own. So yeah, if you've got questions, now is the time to ping them through. If you want me to go over anything again or kind of expand on something, this is absolutely the chance for me to do that. Matt is saying, do you think you should script what you want to say and try and learn it, or try to be spontaneous? Matt, bear with me. Don't script it. So I am very anti-script. The reason for that is, A, it's giving you more work to do it. B, it's putting a lot of pressure onto you to try and remember what you've written. And you will then start beating yourself up when you don't get it word perfect. I think if you want to structure what you're going to say, do it in bullet points. So the most I would ever say for any video is have 3 bullet points that you kind of want to try and hit. And if we start delving deeper into what works on video, any video should have a narrative. It should have a story. Even if it's a 7-second video, there should be a narrative, there should be a story in that. So bullet point 1 is your introduction, essentially. Bullet point 2 is the main meat and bones. Bullet point 3 is kind of the ending. Quite often in video, it will be a call to action. So what I would say is don't script it, maybe bullet point it at the very most. But I think after you do after a couple of weeks of actually filming and getting used to that process, you will probably pick up your camera, you will pick up your phone, and you will just start talking quite naturally. And actually, at the minute, kind of glossy videos and very high-end scripted videos don't do as well online as stuff that looks like they've been self-shot, or content that looks like it's kind of happened in the spare of the moment. So actually, for your audience to engage in your content, it's better for it to look like you've just done it and that it's not been too scripted. Lisa, I recall you said the movement was quite important to catch viewers' eye. So should we do more videos outside and in different locations? Yes, you absolutely should. So there is a little trick in order to keep your viewers interested, and particularly with online videos, when you are competing with emails, you're competing with WhatsApp messages, you're competing with adverts that automatically start playing. One of the things you need to do is to make your videos as visually interesting as possible. So if you can get outside of your normal kind of space, this is quite a boring space, really. This has got white walls, it's got a plant, it's got a few things on the wall. But really, if I'm outside, there's so much more interest around you, and it'll be quite subconscious for the viewer. Their ears will be listening to what you're saying, but their eyes will be taking in what's around you. Everyone loves to kind of look into the background and see what's happening. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend, you can film more videos outside in different locations, and movement is important. I've uploaded on my LinkedIn a couple of spontaneous videos this week. You will probably notice the first 3 seconds of that video, of most videos, have got a form of movement. It's either the camera moving, it's me standing up, or me sitting down. And the reason for that is because I want to set the tone that not only is the narrative of what I'm saying changing, also the visual narrative is changing as well. So yeah, movement is important. Marnie is asking, any hacks for not blinking so much? Marnie, I feel like you might be talking about me here. I blink a lot. I wish I had a hack for not blinking so much. What I will say is, and I've seen some of your videos, Marnie, certainly for me, my eyes are quite light sensitive and I blink quite a lot because at the minute I've got a great big window there and I've got a ring light there. For me, that's what it is. There's no real way around that. That if you're in the same boat, it may be the same thing. I do think sometimes blinking is a little bit of a self-defense kind of mode. So again, it might be a confidence related thing. So again, as you start, I've just seen your next message. You're saying, no, I'm so much better than you. It might be a confidence related thing, Marnie. So as you work on doing more videos and you get more confident, you might notice it starts reducing. But yeah, I am terrible with my blinking, but it's because I'm quite sensitive to light. It's as simple as that. So don't forget, you can download the worksheet for this directly from my LinkedIn. So if you've not done that, do it straight after this. This is your last chance as well to send in any questions. So if you've got anything that you want me to run through again, or you've got any questions about how to get more confident on camera, please send them through now. And don't forget, you can get your free worksheet for this masterclass directly from my LinkedIn page. And also, if you want to book that free 30-minute consultation, then you can do that on the onlinemediacoach.com. There's a page on there to do it, and it's completely free, and it's absolutely not a sales call. Sharon is saying, better to blink than looking bug-eyed and scary. I actually agree with that, Sharon. So I notice on videos quite a lot, people have got very wide eyes and they look a little bit terrified of what they're doing. That looks so much worse than somebody blinking. So Marnie, don't overthink it. You know, it might be that it's a confidence related thing, but it might just be something that you're picking up on and none of the viewers actually are. So yeah, I would absolutely say don't overthink that. But I think Sharon is completely right whenever she's saying, you know, it is better to be blinking than look bug-eyed and scary, because there's so many people that are kind of got, you know, the big wide eyes, and it does look like they're slightly terrified of where they are. Look, I'm going to call it a day there for this live, but thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely, you know, it's been great from my side, and I hope you've got something from it as well. And I would love to work with you and have a chat about your video needs at any point. So let's definitely stay in touch. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope that's been of some help, and I will see you on my next LinkedIn Live.